All right. We're playing Tinybones because I liked the game. The last video I played, it was pretty cool. I was playing Athreos, and our opponent was playing this. It is one of the commanders that I would have liked to have played, and I finally got some wild cards, so I can actually make it, which was cool. So we're running everything that makes your opponent discard cards. There were more mind rot effects than I thought. Like there's like six or something that are just functional reprints of mind rot, which is kind of funny. It is a 2-for-1, even if they do pitch 2 lands to it. We're running Inquisition as well. As you probably know by now, I'm not big on this card in EDH or Brawl, whatever you want to call this format. It's just EDH. But I think it's decent enough that it goes nicely with your commander, and it's just one of those early things. Sometimes it hits something, sometimes it doesn't. But I've had times where like there's plenty of decks where it doesn't do anything at all. Yeah, Tinybones hype. Pack Rat I like because it gives me an avenue to get rid of dead cards. Maybe this is good in a lot of decks. I just crafted it. I like this deck on paper too. It's one of my favorite cards. But if your opponent is just top decking and you can't make them discard anymore, you can turn your discard spells into rats, which is kind of cool. There's some card draw. I got Mind Rot, or not Mind Rot. Well, I do, but Sign in Blood, Phyrexian Arena, Tutors. This card is not too great, but what I like is with Field of the Dead in play, this is kind of a powerhouse. It's like a Phyrexian Arena, except you gain life when you have Field of the Dead. I think that's kind of cool. You know, the typical removal spells, some of the bigger planeswalkers. I'm running Blood in the Snow. This is like the mono black Casualties of War. It's like the closest you're going to get. I am just now noticing you need a legendary in play to actually cast this, but this is Commander, so you always have Tinybones, right? Tinybones is pretty cheap. I mean, there was that game I killed Tinybones 5 times. Opponent gave up casting it and still won. It's kind of funny. I am running an out of nowhere Ujin. I think this is pretty solid in pretty much every single deck, even without ramp. Yeah, I think that's everything I want to say so far. Honden, I'm kind of about this one, but we'll see. If it gets at least one card, I'm happy. You know, any time our opponent casts card draw and they can't empty their hand again or something, I feel like it's pretty good. Oh, and Dread Presence seems really good here. This card is almost good enough to make me want to drop anything that isn't a swamp. Forget the Field of the Dead thing and just play swamps so I can get this ability, barring it survives. When you're super creature light, all of your opponent's removal gets spearheaded into your few creatures, which is why I like either no creatures at all or very resilient creatures. But I don't have too many of that. Tinybones is kind of gets around this because he costs so little. He's such a cheap thing to cast over and over. So we'll see what happens. I've yet to play. Like and subscribe if you're new, and if you're not new, do it anyways. Make a new account, like and subscribe again. And I am streaming. Yes. On the other Twitch. Oh, that's funny. We're against Yawgmoth, which was the other card I was looking at making a deck over. But I wasn't sure how it would play out. It's a mono black deck like mine, but it is a very creature heavy mono black deck. I'm pretty sure. At least that's how I would make it. Otherwise, his ability is completely useless. I don't imagine there's a commander deck that has to do with the bottom part of his thing. I feel like I want to keep this just on the merit of language. And I think that is correct. Oh no, don't do it. Okay. Thought it was about to get sauced with a turn 1 discard spell. This is always tapped, and then these three aren't always tapped, so I guess I lead with this, unless I think I'm going to cycle it at some point, but I don't think I'm going to. What does this do? Okay. Unfortunately, Yawgmoth's ability is paying life and not mana, so you can immediately do it. Wait, what? Okay, this is a zombie deck? Really? I did not expect that. Okay, so we're kind of ways away from actually making our opponent discard cards. And this is the only way I can do that. So I think I'm just going to pass here. Yeah, I don't think they're going to sacrifice their own creature in response to me trying to kill it. So I think it's fine just doing this. I think this is fine. You know, it sucks that they draw a card off this, but I mean, they're gonna with Yawgmoth in play, all my removal spells draw them cards. Essentially, do you have to put a counter on something? You do. Okay, so if I alright, they do. I assume they just drew this because otherwise it's kind of strange to wait this long. I think you just always take Languish. Yeah, I mean that was the card I kept the hand for. Alright, this is Bad News Bears. When it dies, you draw a card and lose a life. Okay. I really want to save the Burglar Rat after Tinybones is in play. Tinybones is going to die because I'm 99% certain they have a discard spell. But our Language is gone, and we can just recast them next turn anyways. They can sacrifice 2 creatures to kill him, actually. Oh, no, they can just sacrifice this and kill him. Alright, so that was probably just bad. That was bad, like, in every way you put it. Yeah, I didn't realize that. Alright, they did it in the strange order. They did it in a way in which they would have to sacrifice both creatures to do this. Well, now they actually can just get a treasure token. So I guess it didn't really matter. I wasn't really getting around this. Alright, this seems like a really, really, really bad matchup because every time they cast Yawgmoth, Tinybones is probably going to die immediately. Oh. Right. I guess I'm not the discard deck. Alright, well, I guess I'm doing this. My opponent has made me discard, and I have not made them at all discard. We know of at least one removal spell. That wasn't the removal spell we knew about, so they have something else still. Okie dokie. Well, I gotta do this. We do, both our planeswalkers, yeah. Both our commanders make us lose life every time they have. Oh, wait, I forgot the sound. Heh. Good thing I remembered. Oh, maybe the sound is working. Never mind, it's just on my end. I usually mute the game when I'm playing off stream. Enters the battlefield, exile, creature exiles, opponent, blah, blah, blah. Enters the battlefield, attacks, exile. Okay. Blood Artist? Are they going to really sacrifice that right now? Seems like you want to keep that in play for a while. I think that's a fine exchange. I like how my opponent's scared of Tinybones. I think that's kind of funny. Because when you have no cards in hand... Oh, well, I guess Yawgmoth keeps drawing cards, so that's not necessarily true. But when you have no cards in hand, you ain't doing much. Yawgmoth. What? Oh, I see. Well, that seemed really, really, really good. Alright, I guess I'll do this. What is my opponent? Wait. Okay. I was about to say, what are they doing? But I guess I don't actually target them. I don't get to see with this card. I only get to make them discard a card. They discarded Professor Onyx? Why would they do that? That seems really weird. Alright, well. I think I'm just going to scoop. Because this isn't... I mean... there's no way I can keep up with Yawgmoth. There's no way. That's just insane. And now I lose a life every time they sacrifice a creature, they draw a card, whoop-de-doo. Yeah, no, we're dead. We're not beating that. That's probably just completely impossible. I don't think at no point did I even kill Yawgmoth. And they double discarded me, so. They did what I wanted to do, and drew more cards. Oh my. Which is kind of funny, because I have so few creatures. You'd figure they'd get stuck trying to, like, target their own stuff. But, I keep casting Tinybones. Morniclix as your commander. That's strange. There's not a ton of... Maybe it's a 1/1 counter deck? I assume it's a 1/1 counter deck before I think it's a Super Friends deck. And I don't exactly have a lot of counters on my stuff, so... I guess we'll find out. Really wish I was on the play against a mono green deck, because they're just going to run away with the game with these ramp spells. I think this is kind of important right now. What else am I doing? Because next turn I'm not making them discard anyways. Yeah, let's just get this in play. Alright, please don't play a disgusting 4-drop. I want to kill this. Okay, that's not a disgusting 4-drop. Whenever opponent casts an instant or sorcery, you get a spider. That is something we can totally live with. We are going to kill the Druid of the Cowl. Play Tinybones next turn. No, we're not playing this. Key 8. Alright, it looks like they don't have more lands in hand. That's good. I might foretell this turn. Alright, what is their hand? Their hand is 2 5-drops that are really good. This one's actually very annoying. This one, And then this one isn't doing much. This is the reason why I don't like this kind of card, because there's instances where you don't have any lands, and it just sits there and doesn't do anything. Especially in a mono-colored deck, where it doesn't change the colors of your lands or fix your colors. So I kind of want to avoid giving them spiders, but I don't think I can afford to. I think it's more important that I cast my spells. Choose a non-land card from it. Yeah, because I can always block the spiders, and they can't seem to kill this. I kind of want to deal with this Battle Mammoth. Yes. Yeah, we got to deal with the Battle Mammoth. The other one's not doing much. We get a little 1/1 Doge. Oh, look, it's a card that's totally dead. Alright, so they get a 5-mana 4/4. And then what else does this do? It turns your non-token creatures into mana dorks, essentially. So they have enough mana to cast this next turn, but I have to kill this now. I drew a removal spell. It's a very bad one to... It's not the greatest one, I should say, but it is one regardless. Don't really care to make them discard the last card in their hand, but I kind of have to. These spiders are going to get annoying, aren't they? Yeah, I sort of have to make them discard this card. Otherwise, I'm in a bit of trouble. How do I do this? This spider's really annoying. I guess I'll do it like this, so they don't make another spider. Davriel's going to die, but it's not my main win condition anyways. Okay, a Phyrexian Obliterator is absolutely insane in this matchup, because every single way they have to deal with this involves damage. There's no mono-green way to not have it deal damage, so... Wow, they just went face. They just sauced me with the face play there. I might just double... Probably makes sense to chump here and block here. Take 6. Yeah, because once Obliterator's in play, we're in a pretty good spot. They can't really attack anymore. Well, I guess they... I mean, they can, but... Oh, no, dude, I don't have force... Okay, so the one time Phyrexian... One, two, three. I get 2 back. Are you serious? Come on, dude. The one time this could be really, really good and I can't cast it. Can I do... I mean, I don't even know what else I could do. Literally, yeah, that was... Wow. I can't believe that. The one time Phyrexian Obliterator would have been very, very, very good. And I... Like, it just full stops everything they're doing. And I can't cast it. Oh, that feels really bad. I want to make that card do something at least once. Please. I was so close. I was so close. No. Man. I don't even know that... I mean, when are we going to play against mono-green creatures again? Oh, man. I'm going to be hung up on that for the next, like, hour or two. We were so close. We were so close. Alright, well, moving on. I have 1 discard spell and it's 4 mana. I have 2 lands. I don't think I like this. I don't think. We do have time. It is a blue-black deck. And this is a weird card. I mean, every time I make a pile with this, I usually get my opponent good with it, so I'm not super scared of it. It only does something once as well. Like, it enters the battlefield, draws some cards, and then it literally doesn't do anything again. Unless you blink it with the 1 flicker effect in blue, being Thassa. Or, is it Thassa? Yeah, Thassa. So you can keep blinking him. I guess there's Ghostly Flicker too. Okay, so there's a couple blue cards you can blink with him, but... He's probably just there for like a random... Oh no, I'm out. It's like a Luris. You're out of cards and you just play him and you get some more for a second. Never played against it before. Actually, you know, I don't think I've played against any of the commanders I've played against so far. Vorniclix, Yawgmoth, and now Atris. Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of these. Okay, our opponent's back. We keep this. This is just worse than the first hand. Okay. Do I think they're a rogue deck? Do we want Languish? If that's the case, I guess I get rid of the... Oh, okay, opponent doesn't want to play. So I assume they're not a rogue deck. Because if they're more creature-centric, I think they have a better matchup. But it could also just be a very greedy control deck, and we can just force them to counterspell discard spells, which you never want to do. Alright, so the one game we've won so far is someone scooping. Oh no. Oh no. I told myself I'd never scoop, but this seems completely impossible. Alright, well, let's see. I took my AC out today, so hopefully you don't hear dogs barking, going crazy. I need a land more than I need Tinybones doing nothing, so let's do that. Oh god. The beginning of your end step, if you control no creatures, you get a creature. Okay. I'm gonna scoop because I didn't draw lands. See, alright, I scooped for a reason. I scooped for a reason. It wasn't because that matchup is impossible. I just didn't draw a land. There's actually more lands in this deck than my usual amount. I usually stick around 30, and this deck has 35. I believe this deck has 35 lands. Okay. So this is Elves, right? Is she the Seek an Elf card? Wait, hold up. Seek an Elf card. What is... Oh, right. I mixed up Seek and Conjure for some reason. Seek is the thing where you can't have it on paper because there's no way to prove that you actually sought, whatever, the card in question. It's like, oh, seek an elf, and then you put a card to your hand. It could have just been anything you wanted. And there's no way anyone could prove otherwise. I think we're going to wait on this, right? Yeah, so we're going to do this. That is, in fact, an elf. I would really like to kill that, but I can't. I cannot kill it. We're going to play this. Tinybones probably won't die. We have some things to do. So what does this do? What's the plus on it? What is the only plus? Untap an elf, and a random elf creature card in your hand perpetually gets... Okay. Okay. Opponent's saucing me with the weird elves. I like it. I wonder if they can outpace Pack Rat, and if that's something I should do right now. I feel like it is. It's funny, these two cards are in my modern deck, like on paper. My mono black Phyrexian Arena Pack Rat deck. Let's see if it's any good here. I feel like it's not the greatest, but we'll find out. This is actually another matchup where Phyrexian Obliterator is really good. Barring anything egregious. I almost want to trade, but then I can't draw a card. Because I made him discard for the turn. We've had one opponent with no cards in hand for a second, but I don't think I was close to killing them. I think from now on we're just going to make rats. It's only opponent, right? Yeah. So even if I just discard, it doesn't do anything. They have Toski? Oh my. Alright, well, we're in a position where our opponent is going to draw more cards than we can make them discard. Probably. This is indestructible, right? I can't kill it. Yeah. Unless I have like a dismember. So if we keep making rats, we will slowly outgrow them. But is it fast enough? Can make them discard again. But I feel like I want to just make rats. What else am I really doing? It's going to be a while till a rat does anything, though. And they're going to keep drawing cards. And then Regal Force comes in. It just draws cards again, right? Yeah, it doesn't like... It's not a Craterhoof Behemoth. I actually don't know how to play this. This is weird. Drawing cards does not seem like something I want to do right now. I can look at their... Jeez, I really don't know what to do. Making them discard doesn't feel very good at all because all they're going to do is replace the card very quickly, and I can't defend myself. This is... Maybe the only reason I can see drawing is because I desperately need something like Languish. Okay. Sure. Please kill Tinybones. Please? Thank God. Tinybones is not doing a single thing this game. So that is totally fine. In fact, I was probably going to chump block with him. Alright, so we discard... I feel like I don't need Maze Mind's Tome. Guess I'll double block, no reason not to. Alright, so I can now play a... No, I can't. I was about to say I can play my Maze Mind's Tome, but I discarded it. I think it's better to make a rat than it is to literally do anything else. I need to stay safe. So 3/3/3 seems better than anything else. Yeah. I really... This seems like a questionable... I don't know. That makes me think the rest of their hand isn't great. Because this seems like a strange thing to do. Regal Force? Okay, sure, whatever. I feel like you wanted to do that last turn, honestly. Okay. I don't think I've seen this mana dork before. I know about this one. I don't think I've seen this one. A 2-mana 2/1? Huh. And don't play decks that would make this any good, but obviously this is a really good deck for it. There's stuff for 3/3, so I can trade, but I don't think I'm going to trade. Interesting that they did not attack with those. Yeah, I can just do this. Now that they have mana up, I'm not going to block all in. Because they could, like, giant growth it, and I would feel really bad. They have a full hand. Making them discard does not seem very useful right now. If at all. Mind Rot seems like the worst card in my hand. This is the point where I really want to hit a second land so I can make 2 rats a turn. Okay, we didn't hit it. This is probably alright, though, because they drew a bunch of cards. Maybe they have, like, a Craterhoof Behemoth. No, they just would have cast it, though, wouldn't they? Yeah, they would have just cast it. And probably killed me. They had the mana for it, right? 1, 2, 4... No, I guess they didn't. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. They had it. They have this and this. Well, I die if I don't take that, so... with that being said, I think I have to take Ujin. Now, Ujin minus zeroing doesn't work. They have to -2, and they have to be aware to -2. But if they do -2, they still have all of this in play, so... I can't let that happen. Alright, they had the 2 best cards they could possibly have, but we had the answers. We're still under the gun, significantly. What? Okay, I don't... What did they just do? Counter a creature, it controls hexproof. Okay, I don't... Why did they do that? I don't understand. They really wanted it to be alive? I don't... Search your library for 2 creature cards with different names. Okay. This is an elf, so they do have omniscience. They can untap it and cast it again. Or tap it and do it again, rather. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 16 mana. No, 16, 17, 18. They have 18 mana. This is a very cool card. I don't think I've ever seen this. 2 creatures with different names. 5 mana. That's really cool. I almost like that more than Primal Command, honestly. Huh. It's also an instant, which is really weird. Like, oh, and you're instable, hehe. Because they don't, like, go and play. Okay, so they have Ulamog. Can I beat Ulamog? I can't, like, exile it. Nope. Alright. Boring. Boring. No, that wasn't boring. We just didn't do anything. That's unsettling. That this deck is not working. It's not working at all. Oh, God. We can't win. So Athreos won 0 games, and Tinybone has won a single game because our opponent scooped. Our opponent did scoop after assessing something. It wasn't like they scooped by roping out. So they did assess that maybe we had a significant advantage, but we didn't get to play it out. Okay, we're against humans. I feel like this is fine. I feel like I have to turn one Thoughtseize though. Yeah, that seems good. Okay, so they have Field of the Dead. Oh boy, can't wait for that to kill me. Legendary humans have Indestructible. Okay. Enters the battlefield, exile a creature, Coven. Choose a color, gains hexproof from that color end of turn. Okay, these both seem not good at all against me, so I'll take this thing. I could have taken the Arcane Signet, but I don't really like attacking mana. Doesn't feel like it makes a lot of sense. Opponent doesn't even cast it, so... This card is very, very strange. I feel like this is just something you throw in your deck because you need humans. What does this do? It's like sacrifice 2, destroy target. Okay, so his bottom ability doesn't do anything, and the middle one doesn't do anything because we don't interact with our graveyard. So all this does is give your human... It's just a 3/3 Anthem stick. I don't have... Yeah, we just do this because we're not making our... Again, we're not making our opponent discard immediately with Tinybones in play, so it's not getting me any value. I might as well wait. Also, if they go for their... Oh, they can't go for their commander this turn, but if they did... they can't exile anything on my graveyard. If that matters, which I don't think it does. They played the wrong land. Nice. They should have played this, because this comes in tapped. I wonder if I can get them to discard that. Am I going to sauce them with 2 discard spells right now? I feel like it's really good to do that. It empties their entire hand, and the rest of what's going on is not good. They have a 3/2 and a 3/3. Well, this will be a 4/3 when they cast this. But our opponent has no cards in hand. Oh. Okay. Well, that's really good. They can sauce me with the beats now. So we're taking 8. We have no way to stop this. Can I reanimate anything? Target creature? No, not really, because I have to cast... I have to have a legendary in play for this to do anything. And they... I'm not getting anything out of this, so... It really doesn't feel good to lose like this, but I might just die to this. If I cast this, I take 11 and die. Right? Yup. Wow. I'm not even close to activating this. That's unbelievable. I'm just dead. I'm literally dead. Okay. This deck seems very, very bad. I'm sorry. This seems really, really bad. This seems worse than Athreos. And I don't think I made it wrong. Like, you want to run as many discard spells as possible to get any sort of value out of Tinybones. I emptied my opponent's hand, and it still wasn't even close to being enough. Maybe I should take out some of the top end. Take out some of the top end and bring in some more removal spells? Like... Reapers is... I mean, it's a weird card, but it is a 4-mana card. So, it just looks weird. I'm going to bring in more removal spells, I guess. I don't know. It seems like that's that exact position is something you don't really ever want to lose from. Like, ever. Easy Prey seems fine. Cast Down, I guess it's a 2-mana removal spell, even though I'm not a big fan of it at all. This seems fine. This is a sorcery, but it's probably good enough. This is... I mean, this is good too, right? Elder Spell can be good. I took out all my top-end Planeswalkers, so it's not really giving me super value. Destroy target? No, that's 3 mana. I want to stay 2. Let's put in... Alright, fine. I'm going to throw in Cast Down. Not big on it, but whatever. Take out... I made my deck way cheaper, so I can probably shave a land. I made it, like, way cheaper. I know, I'm running the hostile hotel. Hostile. Maybe this isn't good. I'm going to take out Cabal Stronghold. It's like a colorless land, in the insane amount of mana it can potentially generate. I'm not actually doing anything with it. Say I had like 17 mana for a turn. What would I actually do in this deck with it? Not really anything. I don't have any giant spells, right? Like, it's not doing much. Okay, so we don't really have to worry about that ever flipping because we can kill it 16 times. We have the hostile who cheer. Yeah, let's keep this. I can keep sacrificing my commander to this if it is what ends up happening. This is a very good card in a discard deck because you can keep cycling things. You can like duress your opponent, eat your own duress. Here I'm not super upset if this dies. Yeah, that's fine. If it dies this early, that's alright. Okay, sure. Again, fine. Could have went for a land here with the Cling to Dust, but I think I'm just going to keep playing things. I could wait a billion turns, but I'm not going to do that. Here we'll play Arcane Signet, and I will sorcery speed the Cling to Dust because I don't want to miss a land again. Alright, that's fine. I could Ghost Quarter them, but I can't afford to go down a land, I don't think. They play their dragon, that's fine. We discard probably Skull Raid. The rest of my hand is pretty decent. I only have 2 black, so if I whiff on a black source, I can't kill this. But that might be fine, because this isn't otherwise doing anything. You'd activate Tinybones twice. Oh man, I can't see timestamps. I don't know what you mean. It's out of context at this point. I feel like I have to... well, maybe not. Fine, we'll just let it sit for a turn. On the off chance I miss, but I didn't miss, so that's fine. I'll just kill it. Sauce him with the 1 damage. I could disrupt my opponent's colors, but I don't think that's going to happen. They can actually cast the Nicol Bolas Planeswalker with their mana on turn 5. That's kind of crazy. Alright, well that's definitely something I'd like to Ghost Quarter. Sure. Shoot, I'd bedevil this. At this point, Pack Rat's kind of slow. I would just slow down my mana, attack this thing here. But they didn't do that. So we are going to play this first. I kind of want this in play before anything, so we can endlessly never run out of cards. They are Grixis. There's like 2 cards that answer this in their entire deck. Really? They just go for this again? Alright, Ujin doesn't seem great. Very far from casting it. That just doesn't seem great here. Okay, so we have to kill this over and over at this point because they're close to just flipping it. And here I'll cast a Davriel, and then my hand is empty, so I can't get hit by discard spells from the opponent, really. They had Curious Obsession? What? Okay, so they're more creature heavy than I thought. I cannot imagine you only have 1 creature, and that is that's a weird card. That's really weird to see. Yeah, we almost had the Pack Rat Phyrexian Arena combo. Oh, well, that's going to kill me. Maybe. I guess I can keep poking it, but I need a way to deal with that fast. Opponent declines to take a counterspell into Fairy, so this third card is pretty good. I can't imagine it was a land. That does not target creatures. This is a man land, that's alright. Can play this. And then... well, let's do this first. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to play Tinybones no matter what. We do have a way to gain life, kind of, to offset these Phyrexian Arena triggers. Kind of. Well, they get to flip Iskanta because we fueled their graveyard quite substantially. And I can't kill it before they get to activate it, unless I wait and they tap out this very turn, I guess. I could do it in response to the plus, so they're not sure if they want to... no, that's not what they do. Okay, so at this point I pretty much have to blow it up, because I'd rather them not... well, that's not true. The ability to not die to Nicol Bolas flipping is probably important. So I don't want them to like play it and then immediately do something to flip it, and I couldn't have killed it before that happened. What? Okay, fine. Huh. I thought they picked creatures so they could then minus and kill Tinybones. I can't say Davriel was doing much. Davriel... actually, Davriel 3 for one them because they just discarded a... they discarded a thing to it there. To kill it. So I essentially made them pay mana for the third card that they would have otherwise discarded. Of these two, I guess this one's slightly better, but I don't really know. Probably doesn't matter too much. Alright, they are tapped out. This is a 3/3, so I can't kill their commander. Oh, they have that. I can't deal with that. Oh, don't get a swamp. Don't you dare get a swamp. Don't do it, please. Not like this. Okay, I was going to say, if they got a swamp and did something like, whatchamacallit. Alright, so I have to do this, basically. Oh, it eats Kroxa. Hey, I eat Kroxa this way, nice. Boop. Forgot it had that clause. Nice, alright. But we don't kill this, and that's a big problem. That is a big problem. I could leave this up. I feel like that is totally reasonable. Either way, I think I'm always doing this, because I sort of have to keep them from undoing my spamming discard spells eventually, whenever that happens, when we're kind of far from that. I don't even know if it's worth it to keep this up, because it's so far away from activating, and yeah, we're just going to run this out now. Just potentially get a land next turn if I don't draw one. I don't know. We're also almost dead, because Professor Onyx's drains me for 2 every time they cast a spell. Whenever an opponent control dies, gain 3, opponent discards. Okay. Yep, we're going to lose to life loss here. That's unfortunate. I can kill this, and then that's pretty much all I can do. Oh, man, it really had to be that? Come on. I really needed them to not have something like that. I can cast this, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana afterwards. I'm at 1 life. I can languish, but then this kills me. Literally, I mean, they could just cast this and no target, and I die. I can do this? No. Okay. Not dead. They just let this happen. Unless they top decked a discard spell. Oh! Oh, no. No, we don't lose life. We don't lose life. They gain life, so that's totally fine. That's a weird card. Okay. I don't think we can win, but we're not dead immediately. I have to answer 2 creatures? With such little mana? Close. But, nope. Alright, well, we lost. Again, I really feel like that's an excellent matchup, but we went an extremely long time without dealing with Professor Onyx, and they drew, I think, 6 or 7 cards off of it and stole like 14 life or something. I just got completely soloed by that. The incidental discard from Nicol wasn't that relevant, but it's funny that we drew like our one really expensive card too. Like if we had a Vraska's Contempt, like we had ways to get out of that. We really did. Man, every time we lose, I feel like we're on the Oh, you were the Kudrow opponent a few minutes ago? Yeah, good game. I can't win with this deck, dude. I'm getting sauced. I'm getting hosed, man. But yeah, it was a good game. Field of Ruin. I don't know. This seems bad. All of this seems bad. Should be a good commander, this one. Finn the Fangbearer. There's surprisingly little amount of death touch creatures. I think I'm going to keep this. I don't know. I feel like we just kept a hand that's closer to Athreos than Tinybones, but apparently that's just a better thing to do. There's a lot of death touch, but excuse me, there's not a lot of cards that are death touch. Yeah, every time I play against Tinybones, as in the 2 times I played against it, it has beaten me pretty decidedly. But I can't seem to replicate that. I have triple colorless. Fair to assume I am not the best at mana bases. Always trying to shove in Field of the Dead. Okay, that's fine. 1. How many death touch creatures does he even have in their hand? 1, potentially 2, potentially. No, that doesn't do anything. Okay. We can literally keep them off of death touch creatures. As an additional cast, that's a really weird card. Well, I mean, I'm going to kill it. If the only death touch creature they have is dead, or their commander, I think we're in an excellent spot. Guess I'll play this one. I might even Ghost Quarter my own land so I can get a black source. We might just be off the Field of the Dead plan, because this is egregious. Like, this can't... this is insane. And they top decked a Death Touch card that I can't answer. Oh, yes I can. Right? Non-elf. Okay. Found a black source, so we're kind of back in it here. Play this, play that. Tinybones ain't doing much. Do I need to forego... No. No. I was going to say just get the Inquisition off. Is this an instant? Okay. I actually want to kill this right now because there are some protection spells they can draw, and I don't want them to be able to stick one of their, what I, again, believe to be few death touch cards. Search your library for basic land card. Alright, so we're good here. We're good. We drew the black lands. We can also cycle an Inquisition. Alright, deck's working. Deck is working. Literally just this, because the other 2 proliferate things that I don't see happening. They have nothing to proliferate. As long as I don't have a poison counter, they can't proliferate the poison counter. Okay. Probably swing for 2. Interesting thing for our opponent. Do they sacrifice this for a land? Or do they sacrifice it to the Eldest Reborn? It's probably better to sacrifice it to the Eldest Reborn so this stays in play and you can finally hit me and give me poison counters. Which I really wish I could stop right now. I guess I kind of can. Right? I get a 2-mana removal spell to kill their commander. Yeah, that seems fine. Because now... Oh, yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. I have to pay 1 life, but... Alright, let's not mess this up. Let's get a removal spell that does indeed kill this. I put the investigate thing in here, right? So I can cycle the removal spell I'm about to cast. Just triple checking. Just triple checking. So we kill this. It forces them to sacrifice this to get a land. And then they play that land. And then they replay their commander. Okay, come on. Come on. Yes, yes, yes. They get the land, they recast the commander. We Eldest Reborn it, and then we're in an insanely good spot. They might even scoop, honestly. Let's not fantasize. Let's continue. Let's keep our head in the game here. Let's win a game. Yes. Yeah, that's a really bad spot for them. Like, the tutor into the removal to kill this, make it so that's their only creature, kill it, then they can't cast it for 6 years. And without it in play, their death touch creatures from then onward actually don't give me poison counters because they're so far away from recasting it. Alright, that was good. That's sort of what you want to do. Targeted discard was way better than Mind Rot effects in that instance because, as we saw, their entire hand was very bad. So, Mind Rotting them wasn't going to do anything. And we just had to focus on keeping them off of ever doing that. Alright. This hand is bad. It basically is already a mulligan to 6 because Ujin is... I think Ujin's the only thing that's left in the deck that's really expensive. Everything else is like 5 and under or something. I don't think there's any 6 or 7s. So this needs to go away. Please stop being in my hand. Alright, we actually have lands, a Duress. This is good in this matchup because they definitely have ramp spells. We have a mana rock. We have a way to draw multiple cards a turn and never run out of mana or miss a land drop. Oh, this is a combo, right? We can get the land, then we can turn it into a rat. I kind of want to turn 1 Duress. Yeah, I think we're going to do it now because it's going to be a while till we have like a mana we don't spend. Regrowth is kind of annoying. What does this do? Target on the shuffles and reveals top. Chaos Warp. Okay, I pretty much have to take Regrowth because they'll pick up whatever I discard. And this gives them more options to like choose what to do later. Yeah, we're going to play this. Black. Fortunately, this comes in tapped, but I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm going to try this deck without the tapped lands and just go all in on swaps. I want to see what it's like. Because that seems to be the major... The early turns, it's almost like Keenan, where the early turns are like important, and we're not doing that. I'm going to take them off of... You're going to Chaos Warp my commander? Okay. What? Alright, I mean, yeah. They Assassin's Trophy Tinybones and gave me the best land in the game. What? If it's a permanent... Okay. Sure. That seems so strange. It didn't even really do much. Like, they gave me the land to cast Tinybones, so it didn't do things like Doubly. Twice as bad as it... Like, I don't know, that seemed weird. Looks like they have an instant, so it's probably like a lightning bolt. Oh, look, it's a lightning bolt. What do you know? Alright, well, they're probably going to Primal Command. At least I would here. Which is good for us, because then we can Mind Rot whatever they Primal Command. And the other card. It goes on top, right? It doesn't, like, get shuffled away. Yeah. Sure. We also get to discard the best creature. At least in this instance, right? They're probably not going to get, like, a giant card they can't cast. So the best creature for them in this spot, we get to hit with Mind Rot. Oh, man, when Mind Rot's good, it feels really good. Opponent might be aware of that and get something. Nope. Alright, so we do this. It also exiles their graveyard, so the regrowth nonsense is out of the way. They're completely dead in the water. We'll replay this on black. And we start making rats, I think. Because what else are we doing? I could just play this first. No, we're going to aggressively make rats, I think. Yeah, we're just going to make rats. For the rest of my life. Discard. See, this is what I was talking about. You can get rid of dead cards here. We do have 6 mana, so we can discard 2 cards a turn. But that doesn't do much when you're only drawing 1 card a turn. I don't see a reason to hold out on making a rat right now. Yeah, they can top deck something. But that seems fine. Like a sweeper or whatever, but whatever. That card, I mean, the cards I'm discarding aren't really doing anything anyways. Alright, that's totally fine. Oh, nice. So we sauce him with 9 damage. Learn my lesson to not scry until my opponent's end step. My patience has gotten thin, I guess, lately. I don't know. Because usually it's not how I would normally do things. Alright, scry. That is not going to kill Zakama. And they take 12? Oh no, they're just dead. Right? Nice, dude. We did it. We did it. Ha Nice. So we ran them out of cards, and then we closed the game out very fast with Pack Rat. Alternatively, Tinybones would close the game out very fast as well, because they have no cards in hand, and then we obviously just kill them that way. Pay 6 mana. Instead of making rats, we make them lose 10 life. It does mean they want to keep cards in hand, which they don't want to do, because they have to continuously play lands to get to Zakama. Or just stop me from attacking them with, like, Tinybones if I didn't have Pack Rat. Okay, Niv Mizzet. Kind of annoying. Obliterator is decent. Cling to Dust will definitely cycle, like, 6 times, though, so there's some card advantage there. Forcing our opponent to counterspell Mind Rots is also very good. We have ways to develop more mana later. Alright, I'll keep this, but it's barely keepable, I'd say. If I get 1 more land, I'm going to be happy. It does mean I'm taking my time with this hand, but that's probably fine. Get a non-snow swamp. I could go for Tinybones right now. Seems alright. I don't have a way to make... Oh, no, because this is tapped. I can't make him do anything next turn. But I also can't make him do anything with this next turn either. Yeah, we'll just run it out. Why not? Play around Tail's End, I guess. There's less ways to deal with it once it's in play. There's some burn spells, but it's mostly just like counter spells, I think. Well, they kept a card here. I wonder what it is. There's some bounce spells. Oh, they have a burn spell. Of course they do. Alright, well. I don't want a Bajuka Bog right now, but if I don't, I'm very far from getting this Obliterator in play. And this. Unless I... No, we're just going to Bajuka Bog now. Just bite the bullet. We do have Cling to Dust. So we're kind of far away from doing that. Wow, they actually have... They had another answer to it, too. Look at that. Alright, here's the point of the game where they just keep up counter magic forever, and I lose, because I can't do anything about that. At least Obliterator, if it ever resolves, can't die by burn spells. Primal... Oh, Prismari command my... Sure. Alright, well, they tapped out, so the only way they can deal with this is a burn spell. A bounce spell, excuse me. But they will cast Niv-Mizzet this turn. I can kill it. Oh, they will not cast Niv-Mizzet, so they're going to get hit by 5 over and over. That's pretty cool. We'll take that. As long as this stays in play, I feel we're in a good spot. Alright, please be good for once, Phyrexian Obliterator. Please do something good. I will attempt to Mind Rot our opponent. This is very likely to not work, because it also exiles their graveyard, which they don't want to have happen, because they have Search for Azcanta. But, like I said, if they keep countering... Oh, wow, that was not the counterspell we wanted to see, like, at all. Yikes. Didn't want to see that one. That feels really bad. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to Cling to Dust. I'm going to do this in response. Just so if they go to counter my Cling to Dust, they don't get a thing. An elemental. Because this is sorcery speed anyways. At least this isn't too scary. Alright, well they're never going to block, so they might try to race me. Unfortunately, I don't have the mana to... This card will not leave me alone, I swear to God. We're kind of close to casting it, but still. I can try to make my opponent discard. I can look for a removal spell. If they double block, we're very happy, right? I might just cast this on the Bone Crusher. Well, either way, we're going to start with this. Yeah, this is basically unblockable in this instance, and I'm fine with trying to race them, because as long as they never try to do anything about it, we're fine. Also, I would like to get probably a discard spell of some kind here. Duress, maybe. One of these three. I feel like that's probably good here. Yeah, I think I just want Duress, but I don't think I want to cast it right now. How close are they to flipping this? If I Duress something right now, they actually get to flip Azcanta, so I don't want to do that. And I am for once aware of a manland their opponent controls. I think I'm going to do it now to... Oh, wait, I can't? What? This is a sorcery? Oh, alright, so I'm actually not the brightest bulb in the box, if anyone noticed. I guess I'll Duress now, because our opponent didn't do anything. Oh, of course, they have an answer. That is not a burn spell or a bounce spell. Oh, I hate this game, dude. I hate this game. Alright, well, they're going to flip Azcanta now. We can Ujin, so if they go for Niv-Mizzet, we have that avenue. They have a Lightning Strike, so I can't even Tinybones. And I don't want to die to damage, so I should probably kill Bone Crusher here. Probably. Because if this doesn't work, I lose no matter what. I could just go for this. Does it matter? I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. I think I'm just going to draw a card with Cling to Dust. Because no matter what happens next turn, I'm probably casting Ujin anyways, and it's going to kill everything in play. So, okay, interesting endeavor. I didn't expect them to sauce me like that. Give me the old smack. The old thwack. Red, 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 blue, blue, blue. They could have, at any point, cast Niv Mizzet and just haven't. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That is not lethal. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Not lethal. Should I gain life? I literally cannot gain life. Okay. I didn't expect them to do that, honestly. But I guess it makes sense. You put me to 1, and even if I answer the board, you have a 7/7. I have 0 means to deal with. Was there anything I could have done different? Not really. I could have killed something, but it's not like it's doing anything to kill anything. I can't even kill this now because I take 2 damage when it hits me. So yeah, I do this. I minus everything. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What, 4, 5? Okay. This is colorless? I was about to say, if they don't draw a land, I can actually exile their mana rock, but they have this Prismari command. Treasure token. My god. Alright, well, apparently Chaos Warp is a card now. People just decide to run. I've never seen it until today. That was literally the only card in the game that answered Phyrexian Obliterator without... So they're blue-red. I'm trying to think. Because we can recast it if they have a bounce spell. And they don't want to cast burn spells on it. Because they'll sacrifice permanents. And they don't want to get into combat with it. So yeah, that was probably the only card. Unless there's another one. Someone will have to tell me. Unless there's something I'm not thinking about. I'm pretty sure that's the only card in the game that they can run in blue-red that deals with Phyrexian Obliterator without allowing me to recast it. I played my lands backwards. I wasn't paying attention. I was not paying attention. I was trying to explain something. Whoops. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's the only thing at all ever they could have cast that did it. That's so annoying. I can't get Phyrexian Obliterator to be good. It dealt 10 damage, but, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's not closing the game out. Okay, can we deal with this? Not really. We can kind of block it with Tinybones, I guess, and might as well. Make them discard a card. Cycle the discard spell here. Pretty nice. We can block Toski for days. Did my opponent cast a ramp spell? No. I just turned 5 already? Wow. Oh, come on. Well, I'm going to recast it next turn because I'm not going to let them continuously draw on me. They have way less removal spells than they have not removal spells. Alternatively, I can double chump block, play Rat, make him discard while I'm doing it. No, we're just going to go for this. We're just going to do this. I like doing this now. And pass. I played a land, so I don't have to cycle this now. Okay, yeah. Sure. Uh-huh. Gonna take this. Doesn't really matter. Oh, hey, a Thoughtseize. Nice. Alright, so if they do something again, what am I gonna do? I guess I have Thoughtseize this time. Temple Garden, okay. Opponent declines to do anything, so yeah, let's see what 16 removal spells they had. Banishing Light, Ujin. What is going on? Alright, well, I'm going to take this. If they want a Banishing Light, that is totally fine. Because we're going to play double 1-drop to finally stop Toski from hitting us. Pretty sure this is an easy discard. Just, oh, wow, they... Really? Wow. Alright, does that change anything? No, I don't think so. We're doing this. I did not expect... I think they should have discarded the land there. At least I would have. Ren in 7. Okay. Is it going to make a token? It does not. It also completely whiffed. Nice. That does answer Toski. I would like to deal with this thing here, but they're going to play Zakama next turn, I think. I'm very far away from dealing with it. I could just kill Ren in 7 right now. I guess I should. Yeah, we probably should do that. And I'll just chump block again. Maybe I don't have to chump block if they drew a land. Like, if they play a land pre-combat and they can already Zakama, then there's no... I mean, I can't because they cast Zakama. And then I can't actually block. Oh my god. Am I really going to lose to Zakama? Oh wait, no, I can kill Zakama. I can kill Zakama. Before they untap. So they actually don't get to Lightning Bolt my Pack Rat. They draw a card either way. What is this? Mirari's Wake? Why did you manually tap? There's nothing you can do with the remaining mana, is there? Unless I'm tripping. Alright, at this point, I basically have to... I mean, what do I actually do? I languish here, and then they play Zakama and untap their lands. They have a ton of mana. Like a ton of mana. This is a 9-drop, so this can't actually hit it. And they can recast it twice because they double their mana. I think we're just dead. Yeah, this deck is not... I don't think this deck is good. I'm going to go ahead and say I don't think this deck is good at all. Maybe it's my version. Maybe I'm too heavy on discard, too heavy on removal, something in between. Whatever. I mean, I have to do this. And then from here, I don't think anything matters. Yeah, I'm not liking Tinybones right now. Like, our opponent has no cards in hand, and it still doesn't matter. We can't ever keep him around. Opponent killed it twice in a Zakama deck. And I can't do anything. There's literally nothing I can do. I just have to take this twice, right? Like, I have to kill this again, like, kill it, and then they can recast it. Interestingly, they didn't do anything, even though they had infinite mana. I don't know what. They also didn't even draw a land. So I really don't know what their hand could be. I kind of need to not play this as a land, because I need to kill Zakama again. Zakama will basically one-shot me. It does do lightning bolts to face... No, it doesn't. Lightning bolts to... Okay. Storm the Festival. Top 5, land, Elder Gargaroth. Okay. Esper Sentinel? What is... Why? Okay, I mean, sure. This has flashback. Top 5. Look at 2 permanents, 5 or less. Put them in the battlefield. That's a cool card. I don't think I've ever seen that. Huh, that's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah, we think we're just dead. Like, we can make them discard, but we are not entering the board. This is kind of taxing me. Sort of. Yeah, no, we're dead. We're just dead. Alright, yeah. We lost to Zakama. Like, this is just not good. This is probably worse than Athreos, I'd say. I'll look at some lists. I'm probably not going to try another list for a while regardless. But I will say Athreos is a fun deck to play, even though I was losing a lot. I didn't even really enjoy myself playing this deck. Mono Black does kind of struggle dealing with certain things, but that's not necessarily a big deal, because as long as you keep the board kind of clean and kind of attack your opponent's hand, you can get away with Mono Black, right? You don't really have to have naturalize effects to sort of do that. But we just struggled so hard on all fronts. When our opponents had no cards in hand, we never really activated Tinybones. Maybe that's on me. Maybe I was playing Tinybones too early, but then you're not ever getting his Phyrexian Arena triggers where you're drawing cards. And if you play him later and their hand is empty, they can, from what I've experienced, you can still die to people's commanders, which you can't discard. And yeah, you can keep killing it, but I never ever had the time or opportunity to activate Tinybones. Shoot, if Packrat was a legendary, Packrat would be the commander. Like anything that is dead in your hand, you can turn into a rat, and that just seems way better. Like I always feel like I want to tutor for Packrat. Phyrexian Obliterator, again, so close to doing stuff, and opponent just had the pan-ultimate answer. I can't believe it got chaos warped. That's so depressing. Oh my god. We are a bit light on sweepers. Ujin, for some reason, would not leave me alone. Like, every game, even though he's like the only thing that cost a ton of mana, he's just showing up in my hand. It seemed like I was torn between dealing with the board and attacking my opponent's hand. And it always boils down to, well, you really want to deal with the board before you get to the hand, because the board is going to kill you kind of fast. Especially if they're defending the board with counter spells or discard spells or anything. Like, I died to Nicol Bolas being cast 3 times. Like, it just did what Tinybones wants to do, but it does it instantly. And I'm running out of value against things where I'm trying to discard and draw. Trying to 2 for 1 or 1 for 0, or your opponent, however you want to term it. I just don't think this is a good commander. I really don't. It's a fun commander, I imagine, for some people, and it could be fun if you're really attacking your opponent's hand. We had a couple games there where we were doing what we were supposed to be doing, or what the plan is, but we just didn't get there consistently. And I don't even think it was mana problems. Even if I did hit my lands every turn, every game, I still think we're just not doing enough to keep up. That would also mean that cards in my hand are actually lands, so I actually have less things to do, right? Like, if you're getting your land drop every turn, that is one less card you're playing the game with. So I would have been doing even less if I had like a land drop every turn, right? So yeah, I'm not a fan of this. I mean, I'm gonna put the deck list in the description, and I'm sure there's way better way better Tinybones lists out there. Maybe I should have looked at a couple before I took my own take on it, but I like to make my own take before I do that anyways. But yeah, if I see a list that makes this better, I'll come back to it. But for now, I don't think. I don't know. That wasn't great. We also played against commanders that I feel like we were decent against too. We never really saw Keenan or Brawl, which is nice. I haven't seen them in a while, actually. Brawl's a good matchup, I think, though, because them discarding or countering discard spells is good. And Keenan dies 6 times because we have so many removal spells, right? Like, counter-heavy decks are probably good matchups, even though we lost every single one. So yeah, I don't know. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll be back again whenever with probably something way different than this. Maybe not black this time. I'm going on a spree with black decks, and I want to maybe get back to green and red and do something like naturalize heavy or whatever. But alright, yeah. See you guys. Peace.